Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Ancient History series. We are going to finish this chapter Mahajanapadas. The last topic in this chapter is science and technology. Nowadays UPSC is mainly focusing on questions related to science and technology in mains point of view. Even recently there was a question that explain the developments in the field of science and technology during Delhi Sultanate time period. So likewise, it is showing some interest in science and technology. If I show you some developments during this time period, you will have some idea. Identify this one. Could you see this? One type of technology they were using. They are called ring wells. Another type of technology, that is coins, punch marked coins. Military technology. Ajatashatru introduced this innovation having a mace to the chariot and a catapult type of machine. Radamusala, another one is Shila Kantaka. In this way, some kind of innovations emerged during this time period. These are various PGW sites. On top of it, this is a later Vedic time period. On top of it, many cities emerged. During this time period, so many fortifications were also there. Another kind of urban technology. This is also the period of second urbanization. After Indus Valley Civilization, second urbanization. We have already seen science and technology during Harappan time period. Now, these people even more advanced than those people. This is the Gangetic Valley, where green fertile soil is available and so many resources were available. Based on that, they are going to have a different lifestyle with the developments in science and technology. How to analyze? We have our own structure, like we have different fields, applied technology and also basic sciences like mathematics, medicine and so on. In a similar fashion, as we have seen in Vedic period and Indus Valley Civilization, for Mahajanapada time period also, we will follow the similar structure. When it comes to mathematics, what is the progress? Do not forget whatever developed earlier. Whatever mathematics that developed in the previous period, that is later Vedic time period, earlier in the Indus Valley Civilization, that continues. That's why once you know the structure, then generating points is very, very easy. Identify this one. When it comes to mathematics, algebra, basic numerals, whatever tradition that started during Vedic time period, that is known as Vedic mathematics, basic numerals, counting practice is required in everyday day-to-day life. To make bricks, measurement is required. For trading purpose, measurement is required. To create fire altars, some measurement is required. Punch marked coins, measurement numbers are required. Everywhere numbers are required. Next one, geometry. Particularly in the construction of fire altars. Square type, rectangle type, different measurements are required. Geometry, circles are required. When it comes to Buddhism, according to Buddhist tradition, after the death of Buddha, stupas were also built. Stupas looks like this, hemispherical. Geometry deals with squares, rectangles, circle, semicircle and so on. Whatever the names we are calling like algebra and geometry, these are the modern names, but the concepts are this only: algebra, geometry. Examples. Now, when it comes to astronomy, and there is one more element, based on the Vedic knowledge, Sutra literature emerged, that is known as Shulba Sutra. Shilpa Sutra. It deals with geometry, it deals with numbers, and even the Pythagoras theorem, trigonometry. Triangle, related information, related science, it developed during this time period only. And it is very interesting that Pythagoras was also contemporary to this time period only. He belongs to Greek, and here similar kind of concepts were also developing in India. Geometry. Next one, astronomy. Astronomy. When it comes to astronomy, Vedanga, Jyotishya Vedanga, Jyotish Vedanga, related to planetary motion, sun related, moon related, stars related, understanding towards the nature, stars, moon, sun emerged. Jyotishya Vedanga. And based on that only, which is going to become very, very strong in the future times, origin goes to this time period. Already in later Vedic time period it will started. Now it is going to be improved further. After some time period, it is going to consolidate and become very advanced tool to understand astronomy. In this way, by this time period, by Mahajanapada time period, astronomy also becoming more gradually important. Next one, medicine. When it comes to medicine, so mathematics, medicine. What is the information related to medicine in early Vedic time period, later Vedic time period? Ayurveda. The concept of Ayurveda going on. Ayurveda is the Upaveda of Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda, what is the main information within Atharva Veda means? It deals with charms, magics to ward off various diseases and spirits. This is something like curing the diseases. Associated with Atharva Veda, one Upaveda also emerged that becomes later Ayurveda. That is how Ayurveda. In some of the books or in some of the websites, you may see that other Ayurveda is also related to Rig Veda. But logically, it appears that Atharva Veda has the Upaveda called Ayurveda, because Atharva Veda, main core element of Ayurveda, Atharva Veda is to ward off diseases and evils. That's where curing diseases, Ayurveda. Medicine related information. Next one. During this time period, do you remember Bimbisara? He was having a physician called Jivaka. Jivaka. He was a very famous physician of his times. He even treated ruler of Avanti, Pradyota, and also Buddha. Avanti ruler was also treated. When he got affected with jaundice, Bimbisara sent his court physician to cure. As a result, Magadha and Avanti maintained good relations. He also treated Buddha. And where he was studying, the tradition says in Takshila region, Takshila University, he graduated. So, education system in Takshila University is gaining popularity. Takshila University was considered as one of the earliest universities in the human history itself. Because of that education system, these kind of physicians also emerged. In Takshila University, these are the subjects they are going to teach. Next one, mathematics, astronomy, medicine. When it comes to applied science and applied engineering, applied technology, we can go field by field. For example, And if you take chemistry also, chemistry, metallurgy is one of the important development of this time period. Chemistry. One best example is metallurgy. Usage of iron, usage of copper, usage of silver, very, very common during this time period. Next, applied science and technology. If we go to agriculture, what kind of science and technology they were using? What kind of technology they were using means, when it comes to agriculture calendars, they were using. Agriculture calendar means when to sow the crop, the cropping season, when rainfall comes. Like monsoons, they started understanding by this time period itself. In later Vedic time period itself, we have this knowledge. Since early Vedic time period, and in fact, Indus Valley people also know it. But we could not read about Indus Valley script. That's why we don't have proper written records. But without having knowledge about monsoon and its seasons, it's very difficult to make such a productive agricultural practices. Mahajanapada time period is known for developed agricultural practices. Without having this agricultural calendar, they cannot do these things. Calendars, agriculture calendars. Next one, what about irrigation? When it comes to irrigation, they were using ring wells. Ring wells to store the water. They need not to stay near the rivers only. They can even settle in distant places away from the river valleys. They can create one ring well that is used for both drinking water as well as agriculture purpose. Ring wells, then canals also. For example, Nanda dynasty created canals in Kalinga region as well. Kalinga region as well. In the Magadha region also, Nanda dynasty were one of the earliest dynasties who showed interest towards canal irrigation. That is how, with wells, with canals, they had this kind of system. Now, when it comes to crops, they experimented with various crops like rice, wheat, barley, sugarcane, and so on. Crops also. Next one. What about the tools they used? Now, iron plow is very common. Iron technology emerged since 1000 BC. 1000 BC onwards, in later Vedic time period itself, iron technology emerged. Now it is going to become even more stronger. The usage is going to be even more stronger in Mahajanapadas from 600 BC to 321 BC. Iron plow, iron sickles, axes, and they were used for clearing the forest. Clearing forest. Whatever we are writing, even if you go to the next chapter also, all these technologies and science and technology are going to be the same points only. That's why once you know the structure and the framework, same points you can write in multiple places. Agriculture like this. Next one, with respect to artisan activities. With respect to artisan or industrial, what kind of technologies were there means, for example, if you take clay, and they were able to prepare very highly polished pottery, that is known as NBPW, Northern Black Polished Ware Pottery. Very highly glossy in nature. They require proper understanding how to make this one. Next, if you take the metal, they used silver, copper to make punch marked coins. These punch marked coins helped them for more trading activities. It becomes easy for the people to transact easily. Barter system has certain limitations, whereas coins made them to communicate and to exchange goods and services in distant locations also. Silver and copper and iron. It is also we can call metallurgy. What about agriculture based weaving? Various types of textiles. Varanasi is one of the important center of textile manufacturing. For Buddhist monks, the robes, the orange color robes, they were manufactured in Varanasi region. Weaving is one of the important practices. Textile making one of the important practices since later Vedic time period going on. Now from now onwards, it is going to become one of the soul of Indian economic activities. Like agriculture and weaving are going to be one of the foundational activities or economic activities of India that goes on even till today as well. Even today also agriculture, weaving is one of the important, both are important activities even today also. During British time period also, Gandhiji used charkha only, handicraft charkha to mobilize the masses, because they have completely deindustrialized. British people have deindustrialized. Before they came to India, many Indians were exporting high quality textiles to the world. This is Mahajanapada time period. After few centuries, mighty Roman Empire was also importing so many textiles from Indian artisans. That kind of technology is now becoming stronger and stronger in Mahajanapada time period. Clay, metal, agriculture based. When it comes to wood, carpentry, skills like chariot making, this kind of science and technology during this time period, and so on. When it comes to animal based, leather based tools, ivory, animal based means ivory and leather, animal based leather and ivory. In this manner, artisan industrial related science and technology also flourished by this time period. That is why during Mahajanapada time period, so many products, so many luxurious products developed. So many luxurious products developed. That is why some people became very rich, some people became very poor. And that is the reason why inequalities, some new ideals like Buddhism, Jainism wanted to gap this inequality, wanted the rich people to donate so that these inequalities can be reduced. That itself is an indication of advancement in science and technology. Next one. What about engineering? Engineering means this is second urbanization. Engineering skills, that means this is known as second urbanization. Even though we do not have the evidence like Indus Valley Civilization, but the Buddhist text, Jainism text and Sanskrit text talk so much about the grandeur of urban areas. So many constructions like fortifications. 16 Mahajanapadas were there, 16 capitals were there. Each capital have the forts, and these forts were using mud-based forts, stone-based, mud-based, stone-based, and timber they were using. That is how this second urbanization, a lot of fortifications were there. But it is not surviving today. That's why we cannot show archaeologically what kind of fortifications were built during that particular point of time. That is what engineering. Next one. So artisans, metallurgy, engineering. Last one, military technology. When it comes to military technology, with iron, various swords, spears, various military equipment. And when it comes to animals, animals were also used in the military. Main animals which gave advantage to Magadha, elephants. Even mighty Alexander the Great soldiers also were afraid of the elephants. That's why one of the reasons why the soldiers of Alexander revolted against Alexander is that they were afraid of elephants, and also they were continuously conquering various territories for the last 10 years. That's why they were not able to march towards Nanda dynasty, Nanda empire. Elephants gave strategic advantage to the kingdoms whoever possess elephant wing in the military. When it comes to Ajatashatru innovated catapult, that is Shilakantaka. Another one, a chariot with mace called Radhamushala. That is how various military technologies also emerged during this time period. These are all various developments during Mahajanapada time period. Identify this. What are the various developments during Mahajanapada time period? Means mathematics developed, astronomy continuing, medicine continuing, chemistry continuing. And when it comes to chemistry, you can also include making of alcohol. When it comes to alcohol, since Vedic time period itself, Rigvedic time period itself, creation of Soma drink, that is continuing, that practice continues. Next one, agriculture, various practices. When it comes to artisan, industry related, clay, metal, metallurgy, agriculture, wood, animal based products, engineering related, military related. All right. This is how you have to see. Now, if I show you this, these are the ring wells. What is the purpose of ring wells? So that the mud will not disturb the water that is there. That is how they used to store the water. Next one, punch marked coins look like this. These punch marked coins do not have anything, any kind of writing. It's only punched with various symbols, animals, hills, crescent, like that. Next one, military technology, likewise. These are the various maps. I will show you one question. Identify this question. When it comes to Bhimbetka and Adamgarh, there were caves. Stone Age people had painted on the walls of Bhimbetka and Adamgarh. Those were natural caves. Stone Age people were living. But when it comes to the man-made, after some time, Mahajanapada period is going to create a foundation to such kind of cave architecture also. But cave architecture requires advanced engineering skills that is going to emerge during Mauryan time period. So Mauryan time period is going to witness even cave construction also. Like Bhimbetka, Adamgarh, they are naturally available caves. Such kind of caves, even Indians were able to create such kind of caves by the time Indians reach Mauryan time period. Remember, Mauryan time period is the first period where cave architecture is going to come. But do you think Mauryans can develop such kind of monuments without having any strong base in Mahajanapada time period? No. Iron technology and with the skills, artisans, so many people, even they used to form some kind of corporate structures called guilds. These are the guilds. That means pottery makers, one corporation. Carpenters, one corporation. Beverages, alcohol makers, one corporation. Likewise, different professions are going to form groups together. They are also called guilds. Because of such kind of instrument, that kind of institutions, Indians are going to reach to the higher levels as the time progresses. So that is how from Stone Age to the Mauryan period and post-Mauryan by Gupta time period, this science and technology continues to evolve. These are the various elements during Mahajanapada time period. Identify this. Please make the comment. What is the answer for this question? What is the question here? Which of the following developments can be associated with the Mahajanapada period? Introduction of punch marked coins, widespread use of iron plows in agriculture, northern black polished ware pottery, construction of rock cut caves for Buddhist monks. So whatever answer you consider, please write in the comment box. This is various development. These are the various developments during Mahajanapada time period. With this we have completed this chapter. With this we have completed this chapter, the topic number 7 also. Please go through everything one by one, step by step. Before Mahajanapadas, please watch previous chapters also, because it's like a continuation of the same story. Whatever developed in Mahajanapada, it is not the development out of vacuum. Connectivity will be there with the previous period. That is how. Please watch one by one. You will get complete clarity. Any kind of question, whether it is prelims or mains, you will be capable to answer it. All right. All the best. Thank you.